I have come this evening to talk with you on one of the greatest issues of our time, the preservation of human freedom. I have chosen to discuss it here in France at the Sorbonne because here in the soil, the roots of human freedom have long ago struck deep and have been richly nourished. It was here the Declaration of the Rights of Man was proclaimed, and the great slogans of the French Revolution, equality, liberty, fraternity, fired the imagination of men. I have chosen to discuss this issue here in Europe because this was the scene of the greatest historic battles between freedom and tyranny. I have chosen to discuss this in the early days of the General Assembly because this issue of human liberty is decisive on the settlement of outstanding political differences and for the future of the United Nations. The decisive importance of this issue was fully recognized by the founders of the United Nations at San Francisco. Concern for the preservation and promotion of human rights and fundamental freedoms stands at the heart of the United Nations. Its charter is distinguished by the preoccupation with the rights and welfare of individual men and women. The United Nations has made it clear it intends to uphold human rights and protect the dignity of the human personality. In the preamble to the Charter, the keynote is set when it declares, "We, the people of the United Nations, determined to reaffirm faith in fundamental human rights, in dignity and worth of the human person, in the equal rights of men and women, of nations large and small." This reflects the basic premise of the Charter that the peace and security of mankind is dependent on the mutual respect for the rights and freedoms of all. One of the purposes of the United Nations is declared in Article 1 to be to achieve international cooperation in solving international problems of an economic, social, cultural, or humanitarian character, and in promoting and encouraging respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms for all without distinction as to race, sex, language, or religion. This thought is repeated at several points, and notably in Articles 55 and 56. The members pledge themselves to take joint and separate action with cooperation of the United Nations for the promotion of universal respect for and observance of human rights and fundamental freedoms for all without distinction of race, sex, language, or religion. Thank you.